1, 2, 3, 4.
Bonsoir, ici Sarah Gélidi. Nous sommes le 9 octobre 2011 au Katacombes de Montréal pour interviewer CJ Ramone des Ramones.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
You've been away from the music scene for quite some time now. Why now? Why play the Ramones in 2011?
Well, I took some time off because I had children. I started a family just after the Ramones retired. I did a couple little things here and there, and then in '09 it was my 20-year anniversary from getting into the Ramones. So I went out and I did a couple of shows. I got together with Daniel Ray, and we started traveling around doing shows, and we thought it would just be like a year, but we started getting so many requests, from places that I hadn't gone to that, I figured, all right, I'll keep it going for a little while longer. But at this point, it's kind of taken on a life of its own, and now we have a booking agent, and I have a manager, and it just kind of took off. So, and my children are old enough now that I can bring them on the road with me occasionally, and it's worked out really well. It's nice to be able to play the songs again, and a lot of times we have parents coming with children, people that were fans when they were young and bringing their kids, which is kind of funny. But it seems like everybody really likes hearing the songs again, and I like doing it, so it's working out good.
Let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
With Joey, Johnny, and Dee Dee passing away, do you feel like it's your responsibility to keep the Ramones' spirit alive?
I guess, as a band member, not so much, but as a fan, yeah. As a band member, it's kind of weird to be on stage and play the songs without the rest of the guys, and some nights it's more difficult than others, but it's definitely weird. But I have to say, I really do enjoy playing the songs, and the reaction that it gets from the fans and stuff. To me, it absolutely justifies it. So as long as I feel like I'm doing a good job and people are liking it, I don't see why not.
Judy is a punk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jackie is a punk. Judy is a punk. But they're not up into the Oscar prize. No, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. I said die. Oh yeah. 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 Second verse, same as the first. Jackie is a punk. Judy is a run. But they're not up into the Oscar prize. No, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. I said die. Oh yeah. I said die. Oh yeah. I said die. Oh yeah. I said die. Oh yeah.
In the 90s, the Ramones were very present. I mean, your videos were playing all the time, and I think the Pet Cemetery had just come out, and there was the one of my favorite episodes of The Simpsons where you guys were on, and I think you're the one who kicked it off, right? Yep. How did that come about?
Yeah, I think
if you still remember.
The guys that did the show were fans of the Ramones, and they contacted us, contacted our management, and worked out the details. And I was, of course, completely psyched because I was a fan of The Simpsons anyway. But I've always said that is like one of the highlights of my career. Is I got immortalized in a song that Lemmy wrote, in the song Ramones. I played on stage with Lemmy, I played on stage with Dee Dee, I played on stage with the Ramones, and I got to curse on primetime TV in the U.S. So I always thought that was one of my big achievements.
Pretty darn cool. It's awesome. And you also did cover of Spider-Man theme song.
Right, yeah. We had been asked to do that record. It was a bunch of bands doing, cover
Saturday
songs
morning.
of superhero cartoon things. And Johnny said to me, which song do you think we should do? And it was instantaneous. I told him, I said, we have to do Spider-Man. It fits our style. And I know I can, I'll do a good job putting it all together. So I sat down with it and figured it out and wrote the little bass run in there and brought it back to Johnny, and he liked it. He said, okay, that's good, you know, so we ended up doing it.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's on the rats, it's on the rats, it's on the rat with a baseball bat, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. It's on the rats, it's on the rat, it's on the rat with a baseball bat, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. What can you do? What can you do? With the bad night that always on your back, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? With the bad night that always on your back, what can you do? Lose.
Well, that's always been the strangest things about the Ramones, is that they're a total crossover band. And you know, when I was a kid, I loved punk rock, but I was more a metalhead. You know, I was more like into, like, you know, Black Sabbath has always been my favorite band, and you know, but I listened to like all the stuff from the 80s and in metal, like Iron Maiden was, I was a huge fan of Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, and later on Metallica. Yeah, I was more a metalhead than anything else, but the Ramones always had that crossover ability, you know, like people from all different types of people, like the Ramones.
Didn't me, but you were talking about Metallica.
Yeah.
You got offered a spot twice.
Yep. When just after the Ramones retired, I think it was probably like within the year, Metallica announced Jason Newsted was leaving the band, and Johnny was good friends with Kirk Hammett, and John called me up one day and he said, "Hey, listen, you know, the guys from Metallica want you to come down and play with them. You know, they really want to get together with you and everything." But my son had been diagnosed with autism just a little while before that, and I said to Johnny, I said, you know, just really no way I can do it. You know, my son's got to be, he's got to be at home and waking up in the same place and eating meals at the same time and all that good stuff. So, you know, I told Johnny, I said, tell them I am unbelievably honored, and I would do it in a heartbeat if circumstances were different. But you know, we hung up, and a couple of months later, Johnny called me back and said, "Listen, they still haven't found anybody, and that, you know, they really want you to come down." And you know, I told him, I said, "There's no way I can do it," you know. And he was like, "I think you're crazy with all the money you're making and blah 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 blah, and you know, you could afford the best doctors and therapies, but you know, as far as I could tell from what I learned about autism, there was you know, the best thing that I could do for my son was to be there with him and, you know, interacting with him and keeping him on a good schedule and all that." And I told Johnny that, and he just thought I was out of my mind, you know. Even my son's mom too was not real happy about it, you know, because I think she thought of it the same way. But you know, in my mind, you know, to me, the best way for me to help him was to be there, and that's what I stuck with. And you know, now it proved itself out. You know, he is now in regular classes at school, and he's, you know, a martial artist, and he loves music, and you wouldn't even know he was autistic if you saw him. And I'm not saying it's just because I stayed home with him, but I know it had something to do with it.
Absolutely. Well, that's gratifying in itself.
Yeah.
So it proves to you did the right decision.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
justified in the end.
Yes.